Okay, we are going live. I think last year also we did session, right? No?
So,
Okay, we are live and a few folks are already watching the stream live. So, hello everyone. I'm Sanjay Gupta and I welcome you back on Skill Horizon official YouTube channel. And today I have Shipra with me. Welcome Shipra on the platform.
thank you, and welcome everyone.
Okay, so just wanted to confirm, have you delivered any of the live stream earlier?
No, this is my first
This is
time.
your first. Okay. So basically, I just want to discuss the idea like why Shipra is here. So as you all know, I'm running Skill Horizon and we are crafting proficient IT professionals. So when I started that organization, so we initially used to focus on the technical side. But when my first batch got placement opportunities, then I realized only technical skills are not enough uh, to have a job ready candidate, right? So then I discussed with Shipra like, can you have some soft skill sessions at Skill Horizon so that we can polish students in that area so that they will be able to communicate whatever they have learned technically. Because if you are not good in the soft skills side, communication side, then you won't be able to explain whatever you have learned technically, right? So today I have invited her on my YouTube channel for the bigger audience so that you will be able to know what is her expertise and how we have transformed so many lives both online and offline at Skill Horizon. And we will be starting some personalized training programs also on this site. So everything she will be discussing with you. And if you will be having any questions, so you can just write those questions in the comment section so that I can take up those questions and she will be happy to answer those. So with this note, over to you, Shipra.
All right, thank you, Sanjay, for such a quick and crisp introduction. So, hi, welcome, and my name is Shipra. And yes, I have been associated with Skill Horizon, and before that, I have been training people. So, the biggest concern in today's time, education, everything is going fine. We start our schooling, we start everything when we are kids. We are taught that we have to become doctors, engineers, or any other field, but nobody teaches us how to face people. Nobody in our education system actually teaches us, if I have to say a no, how do we say that no? Or if I have to communicate something is not happening right, then nobody taught us those things. And that is the biggest reason why people really fail right now to express themselves or communicate at the right platform, or either they speak too much or they speak too less. And that is the reason soft skill comes into picture. Well, people in today's time take it very lightly, thinking soft skill is just a session where you just get groomed or something like that. Well, don't go as per the term of soft skill. It is actually a skill that in upcoming times, in fact, in today's time, schools have started introducing, if you see small kids, schools have started introducing this concept on a very short level or a small level now. But if we talk about our education system back then, this is a skill which can be developed. Alone technical skills or alone any of the skill, you may be fantastic in any of the skill that you are carrying. But if you do not know how to communicate that skill which you have, trust me, it will be of not that much use how much you can use it. So if a bird sings very well, okay, if any bird which sings very well but does not know how to communicate through singing, will that singing be of any use for that bird? No, right? So soft skill is not only about communication. A lot of people think it's about English. All right. So soft skill is not only about English. So English is a language. However, soft skill is almost everything. How do you speak? How do you respond rather than reacting? How do you communicate your thoughts? How do you become vocal when it is required? And how do you handle a situation under a pressure? And many other topics. Like, we can elaborate it in detail, like it is a lot. And in today's time, it is in demand because looking at today's scenario, the competition is too high. And when the competition is too high, I need to upskill myself. And what people in today's time do is they take a lot of certification, they take a lot of other technical, knowledge. They do a lot of courses, but they forget that if I am 100% in this course, how will I present myself? Right? So that is what soft skill is all about, and that's what we do at Skill Horizon. So when, as Sanjay mentioned, that our first batch was something where people came very raw, again coming out from college, or maybe some of them were experienced also. But the drawback was when I joined IT sector was that people don't talk. People don't talk in this industry. Talking doesn't mean that you have to go do a gossip or something. Talking means that people do not even know each other, right? That bond has gone missing in the industry. Yes, people are working, people are earning, or they are under stress, or they are not under stress. But how am I dealing with my work also gets me that package, that promotion. Trust me, when we started this batch, the first batch at Skill Horizon, as Mr. Sanjay mentioned, that there was a lack which was there. And trust me, it is throughout in the industry. And this is the need of an hour that, yes, you may take your certification, you may spend a lot of time on the courses, certification, getting experience, but I need to groom my personality, and grooming the personality requires training, and training requires information, awareness, and practice. So, when the first batch started, people were not able to speak at all. However, with intensive sessions where we did physical classes at Skill Horizon, as well as the online batches, also we conducted trainings. There was a huge shift within a week. Why? Because people were first not aware only about this, something like this, that, this is a personality or this is something that you need to talk. And then there was a huge shift started happening once the awareness happened. Once the awareness happened, the next week, we started giving the information and input. What do we need to upskill us? And soft skill is something that can be learned. It is an acquired skill, because this is a skill that needs to be learned. It cannot be just learned if you are just born with. You cannot born, you cannot be born with this skill. You have to acquire the skill, like how you have to take degree, you have to get certification, you have to get marks. This is also a skill that needs to be acquired. So I remember when I was working in an organization in one of the IT companies. Um, so I shared this example in many of my sessions. So there was this requirement of, I think, at a tech lead level, and there were a lot of CVs which we shortlisted, and there were interviews rounds which were conducted, and then the criteria that was given to us as per JD, that minimum this much years of experience required, these skills are required. The minimum qualification section that comes in the CV. So everything was mentioned over there. So we were on the verge of finalizing two candidates. So the minimum qualification, which I'll just give you a brief, was 10 years plus, and certain skills were required. So those were matching for both the candidates. The other candidate was 14 years of experience, and that person was also fitting into our criteria. Sorry, not the 10 years. So first one was 9 years, my apologies, and the second one was 14 years. So generally what candidate thinks is that, oh, I'm 14 years of experience and 10 years is bare minimum, so I think I will get through. And 9-year experience will always think that, oh, I'm short of 1 year experience, I might not get through. Do you know who got selected in that interview? It was 9 years. And the reason was, and I'll tell you, 14 years experience answered 10 on 10 correct. 10 on 10 technical questions, all answered very well. Skills were matching. Salary banding was matching what the company wanted and what the candidate wanted. 9-year person, the 9-year guy, he answered 6 questions out of 10. But why he won that interview was, and this is a live thing, and I'm not saying it to just share it, this is a live, real life experience that I'm sharing with you all. The person with 9 years of experience actually got selected because the person was fantastic at communication. I'm not talking about talking about English only right now. I'm talking about the way you communicate, the way you gel up, the way you say a no, even if you don't know the four answers. Why that 14-year experience was rejected was because the way that person was communicating was looking as too much arrogant, which he may not be an arrogant person, but it was coming from him as if he's arrogant, but he was not arrogant. So sometimes our body posture, our personality, even if we are not intending to be someone like that, we come out like that. And that was the reason that person was rejected. 14 years answering 10 on 10 questions, and 9 years answering 6 out of 10 questions, 4 questions gone wrong. But he looked fantastic to groom and improve and learn. So, why I got this example is that soft skill is just not English. There is a myth that people think, oh, their English will improve, they will suddenly start speaking. If you haven't been practicing it for so many years, whatever age you are right now, 20, 25, 30, 40, 50, whatever age banding you are, if you have not done something for so many years, it takes time. So even if I tell you, go, if you haven't driven a car for any of your life or whole life you haven't driven, if I tell you that go and drive this car, of course you will get scared, of course you will get that fear. And that is the reason a lot of people, even at Skill Horizon, they come to us and then they say the common question that we get is, I get nervous, I am lack of confidence inside me, or I'm not able to speak up, I get butterflies in my stomach, my heartbeat goes up. Why does that happen? It happens because we do not know that. Simple. There is nothing that any of the person is lacking. So if I don't know how to change a gear, and if I just go alone solo in a car, do you think I will not get that butterflies in my stomach or that fear? Oh my God, will I bang the car or the car will go smooth? Of course, I will have fear. Exactly, that's what happens in interview or any business meet or any promotions. And here, hold on. And it's not only about interview. Even if you're working in any organization, this skill is something that is also helpful in getting you promotions, in getting you that appraisal. Because I need to know, how do I speak? Am I too rude? Am I too loud? Am I too soft? Am I too easy that people can just make me overwork? That all comes from my personality. And if I do not create boundaries, hold on. Boundaries does not mean you have to fight with your organization. Boundaries mean, how am I setting up that boundary? So a lot of people also come up as freshers who are just starting up their career, where they come up and say that I'm not able to say a no, or they just pacify with whatever the salary package is given because they think that, oh, at least I'm getting a job. Yes, you're getting a job, but still you need to know your boundaries. Nobody can misuse your talent or misuse you even if you're a fresher. Then how do you deal at such situations? So all these things are comprised in our soft skill training that we conduct in online, offline batches and in different corporates. That's how we work. Do we have any questions that are coming up, Sanjay? So
No, right now, no. I have one question that I can pass to you. So, like on my YouTube channel, like we have freshers connected, we have experienced professionals also, those are connected. So, if I say, like, can you share some tips? Because we are already doing like proper training at Skill Horizon, but here on YouTube, like we have wide audience and lots of people will be watching the stream. So, in a nutshell, can you just tell something that will be beneficial for the fresher in terms of the soft skills, and any suggestions, any tips that you want to give for the experienced professionals? Like following those tips, they might improve their soft skills, and with that, like they will be trying those tips, and then might be they will be joining our courses so that we can help them more so that they can improve their soft skills, they will be presentable in front of large audience. So first we can pick the freshers and then experienced professional.
sure, there is one common tip that I can share for freshers as well as experienced folks. as I mentioned, that we are not trained for this skill, so we need to start developing this skill. So the first common tip that I can give to each one of you is, and whatever age or whatever experience level you are, I still do it for myself. So this is the common tip. You need to start preparing your answers by writing. So the first question that any organization asks is, tell me something about yourself. And once that question is asked, every time new answer comes up. So I would really recommend, this is the first answer that both of the freshers as well as the experienced people can know is, start preparing your answers by writing your answers. So if we go back in our school time, we used to write answers, learn it, and then speak it out. That remained in our memory for a very long time. But I think in our education system, no one taught us that we have to write our introduction. So always write your answers, practice them thoroughly so that that fear, anxiety, or the butterflies that are coming might go down. Now, coming to the second tip that I can give for the experienced people. Yes, experienced people start working and they already have an experience. So, experience train them sometimes or not. But what I can say is, if you're applying for a new job or if you're working in your existing organization where you want to grow, the only thing that I can say right now is, of course, first, you need to start preparing the questions and answers. Second, is start gelling up with people. Start finding people in your organization who are working, like who speak flawlessly and who are very good communicators. Just observe them. Try to take one on one sessions from them, just like for a chai or a coffee. Just go and observe them. How do they interact? How do they start the conversation? So, observing that can also help you improve. Find out that one person in your organization who is fantastic in speaking, fantastic in breaking that ice. So, figure out that person in your organization. Well, if you do not have there, then you need to start developing something, that is writing part. So if you have experience, then always start your introduction in the reverse order. That's what we train our introduction. Like we do it in length, so we have limited time. So whatever I can share, I'll share it with you. Always start your introduction in the reverse order, right? So talk about your this experience first, wherever you are working right now. Do not talk about your first experience or uh, what people do generally do a mistake is they start their introduction with, so for example, if you started your career in 2020, people generally start their introduction from 2020 and then 22, then 23, then 24, 25. Please understand, your brain is very much active first 30 seconds, because if somebody is taking your interview continuously, the information is heard but it's not going till the brain. So first 30 seconds, if you are wasting your time, right, talking about 5 years back, then half of the game you have already lost. What I suggest people in my trainings also, always start with reverse order. So if it's 2026, you did a job in 2024. So first talk about your current role, that is 2026. Then talk about 2024, right? And then talk about the past. So even if you're changing a industry, right? So that will be helpful. So for example, if you're coming from non-IT to IT, and if you're talking about non-IT from 2020, again the interviewer will lose interest in listening to you, and then you will lose, like, this is in depth, so how much ever I can share, so I'm sharing that. Same is for freshers. Freshers can actually, because they do not have any experience, they can talk about the internship or training that they have gone through, right? So first 30 seconds are very, very important. How much ever massive, important, and impactful information that you can share in those first 30 seconds can actually crack that grade. So tell me something about yourself. Common question for both of them. That is the best thing you can prepare, because that question actually decides whether you are in or out. Trust me, technical comes later. This is the first thing. Nobody is going to ask you a code as a first question. First thing they will ask you is your name. I got your resume. I would like to know about you. They will never ask you a technical question first. So, yes, prepare the first question properly, write it, and then prepare it. Practice it every day so that it becomes a part of you. So, every time you go for an interview, some new answers should not come. Yeah. So, yeah, Sanjay.
Yeah, nicely narrated. And I totally agree, and I have lots of cases where still this month also I have few folks who are very good in technical skills, but they are struggling to crack a single opportunity because of the soft skills. And that's why in my offline program, I for every batch I invite Shipra so that we can share that knowledge and information with them. And we used to conduct those sessions in such a way so that it will be two way, like we won't be sharing the information in one way, so we include them so that students will be presenting in front of the bigger audience. So this is how we are preparing people at Skill Horizon. So the idea behind this live stream was two things I want to share with you. One thing we wanted to share, like we will be starting a new course that you can see on our website skillhorizon.org.in. So the link is also available in the description of this video. So you can visit the website and you will see that course curriculum. And we have divided that course into 4 weeks. So every week we'll be having one, like 5 sessions, and every day Shipra will be sharing something related to soft skills. And in the session, like it can be online or it can be offline. So the way you will be connecting with us, so you will be having that much knowledge so that you can include that soft skill with your technical skills. Then only like you will be able to crack the job opportunities quickly. So that is the first idea, to promote that course actually, right? And the second idea, to bring Shipra here, like we won't be doing this one session only. Okay, we have a plan. We will be having these sessions every week. So we are coming up with a plan so that apart from that course that we are running at Skill Horizon, we'll be giving you some of the content here on YouTube totally free of cost, that will be giving you enough confidence like what actually we are doing. So you can just go through with those content, and you can have a sense of trust, the way Shipra is teaching and training the people, and how we are like improving soft skills of the people, right? So for like next 3 to 6 months, every day, not every day, every week we'll be having at least one session, so that you will get to know Shipra, like how she will be training you, what methodologies we are applying. Okay, and that way you will be able to have a connect, because connection with the instructor is very important, right? When you have that sense of connection, then might be you will be joining our course. Okay, those who are already knowing, they will be quickly enrolling, because that will be a life transformation course, right? So these are the two ideas I brought Shipra here today. And I think this is for the first time she is here on my YouTube channel. Lots of other instructor already shared their insights and they are taking courses, but she was taking courses first, and then I brought her here. So thank you, Shipra, for coming onto the YouTube channel and sharing all the information and the guidance for freshers and experienced professionals. And I think in 20 or 30 minutes we cannot groom anybody. It takes time, right?
Yeah,
So
absolutely. Because when we train, there is a two-way interaction. We give a
right,
lot of assignments, there are a lot of questions asked, and it's a different game altogether. But
exactly,
we will still give whatever is possible from our side, that is free of cost, for like how much ever we can help any of you. So yeah, thank you, Sanjay, for giving me this opportunity to come live and help. And trust me, even if people are not from IT sector, they can also come and join this program, because this is a common program that is required all over the industry,
right,
right? So yeah, you can help others also. You can share this, that there is this every week program that we are going to share. And of course, if you wish for a detailed session to groom yourself, to upskill yourself, then definitely you can enroll for our programs, which will be one-on-one, more intense, more deep. And I will not be speaking more over there. Of course, this is YouTube, so I'm speaking more here. But that would be two-way, because my ultimate mission of running soft skill and these kind of training is that I will help people to speak, because the idea is people don't speak or they speak too much.
right.
So that's what I wanted to share. So thank you, Sanjay, for inviting me, and thank you everyone who joined us today. And yeah, please continue to join every week till the time we are running this program.
Yeah, so maybe next week again we'll be coming live and we'll be sharing two programs in front of you. One will be obviously paid because we also need to earn something. So that will be exclusively for folks those who will be enrolling for the program, and for those who are not having any trust right now. So we'll be having another program that we'll be doing live on YouTube, where like some of the content we'll be sharing with you so that you can have a sense of trust, and then you can decide. And for already enrolled students who are part of our development program, they are already having uh, they are already getting benefits from Shipra, and I know lots of people got placement as well. So I have lots of success stories. So in upcoming sessions, we'll be showcasing them as well. And I would try to invite some of the placed candidates also in these live streams, so that you can have a sense of trust. Like we are not saying that like it will happen; it already happened. So we'll try to have some of my placed students here so that they can share insights with you. Okay,
Yeah.
with this note, we take your leave. Thank you, Shipra, for coming on to this platform, and hoping to have lots of sessions on YouTube with you.
Just last thing, there are few sessions that I have uploaded on my personal channel. So if you want to go over there, Mindset with Shipra is the YouTube channel. Sanjay actually motivated me to start the channel just free of cost. There are a lot of sessions already uploaded over there. So if you want to have an idea how do we train and what information, so there are some brief sessions which are put over there. So yeah, thank
Yeah,
you.
I would recommend, like with these sessions, like you can parallelly build your channel also, because from this channel you can have cross audience also. So I will give you some motivation on that side.
Yes, thank you.